so another week of Tigers baseball comes and goes, and it was pretty frustrating mixed bag week. I mean, the week started off pretty promising with the series against Baltimore, where they got 2 out of 3. I mean, the one game the Tigers lost, it was the Tigers getting absolutely destroyed 10-1, but rebounding to win the series and take 2 out of 3 against the Orioles. So getting another series win, always good to see there, even despite that. You know, even despite getting their ass blasted, they do a really good job of bouncing right back. As the Tigers continue to stay hot, and then they take that momentum straight into a series against Cincinnati. And in the series against Cincinnati, well, the series started off pretty promising with the Tigers giving the Reds belt to ass. Only in the second game for the Reds to return the favor with another belt to ass of their own. And then the third game, the Tigers honestly should have won the game, but choked it away. Like, honestly, the series against Cincinnati was frustrating, because the Tigers should have won the third game and fucking won the series. Like, they were even leading 4-2 at one point in the game, only for the Reds to come right back and win it 8-4. So yeah, the Tigers literally choked the series against the Reds. They fucking blew it. They had it in the bag and choked it away. Like, we literally had Dashy and the Reds right where we wanted them, and we let them escape into the goddamn woods. I mean, the one positive is to seeing Riley Green's bounce back so far, as now he hits the double digits in home runs this year. God damn, so many Tigers players this year in double digits for home runs. Like, the Tigers know how to score. They found their offense, and they got their pitching with Tariq Skubal. But it turns out you need more than just Tariq Skubal to get the job done. And the Tigers pitching is going to be shorthanded for quite a bit, especially with no Jackson Joby for the rest of the season and pretty much for nearly all of 2026, as Joby is now going under the knife for Tommy John surgery. The cruel fate of every arms race in baseball. Losing your pitchers to the dreaded Tommy John. For some pitchers, the dreaded Tommy John surgery is usually a career killer. Whether Jackson Joby can return to his form or not by 2027 is to be determined. But time will tell there. It all depends on how the surgery goes, though, and how his rehab goes, to really decide if he can regain his form from the Tommy John or if he's going to fall off. You know, time will tell on that one. But yeah, the Red series was pretty frustrating to lose that one. Man, it doesn't matter what... Man, it seems like now in baseball, it's now 2 Ohio teams now have Detroit's number. First, it was Cleveland, and now it's the other one, Cincinnati. At least Cincinnati's in the other goddamn conference. Or in this case, the other league. While Cleveland's in our division. Honestly, thank God we got a 9-game lead in the division right now. As we're now nearly midway through June. Jesus Christ, we're already midway through June. That's fucking crazy. And yeah, we're almost getting close to the midway point of the season. And even though the Tigers have a 9-game lead in the division over Cleveland and company, that is good. However, as we've seen before in years past, no division lead at this point in the season is safe. Because momentum can change on a dime in this league. Just like that. Just the Tigers this year have not really matched up well against NL teams so far this year outside the Cubs. Because most of the Tigers series losses this year have come against NL competition. So yeah, I mean, the main thing about the Tigers this year is that they're doing well against the teams they're supposed to contend with. Like, they're doing well against the teams in their own league. But when it goes to the National League, the other one, they seem to struggle against them. And some of those teams, those could be teams the Tigers could cross paths with in the World Series. Especially considering that Cincinnati isn't too far away in the NL wildcard race. Since Cincinnati's in the mix for that wildcard race. Since we're getting close to the midway point of the season, we're now going to start seeing who the contenders are for the World Series now, and who the pretenders are, and who will be in the mix for the playoffs, and who will be sent straight to the Tank Bowl. for the draft lottery. I mean, we already know 2 teams that will be in that, at least 3 teams that will be in that tank bowl, and those being Pittsburgh, Colorado, and the White Sox. But hey, at least there were no ties for the Tigers this week, unlike last week in the Chicago doubleheader. But yeah, just a pretty frustrating week overall. Started out very promising, only for it to all crash and burn against the goddamn Cincinnati Reds. Reds must have used that fucking evil witch magic from fucking Mark Shot's grave to fucking win the series against the Tigers. God damn it. But you know, we all know for the Tigers, it's all about bouncing back. And to continue on and try and become the first team in MLB this year to win 50 games this year. As the Tigers just need to keep rolling, because every time the Tigers have lost a series, they bounce right back. And that's what they're going to need to do again, bounce right back. Especially since now at the midway point of the season, we're starting to see the Tigers could be one of the teams that could be really contending in October this year in the playoffs. But you know, a lot can happen in the second half with how long baseball season is. Anything can happen. You know, anybody can get hot or cold at any given point of the season. But the Tigers, they need to just keep rolling on. And just keep holding fort. But yeah, it just seems like no matter what the Tigers do, the Ohio teams just seem to have the Tigers' number. On to next week. I'm out.